Hey guys, small steps, great distances. This is the thing that we have for our new small account program. If you think about it, if we look at the end result of where we want to be with these vast trading goals that we have, it seems like a long ways away. But if we break it down and we take this in small steps, before you know it, we've covered great distances. Think about one time when you took a long trip, and you looked at it as, this is a long and tedious trip. But if you break it down into segments, it's enjoyable. I remember the time our family and I, we did our pilgrimage to El Paso / Juarez. It's a 24-hour drive from here. So if we sat here and we looked at, we're going to be driving 24 hours, it becomes a tedious journey. But what we would do is we break it down. We had, we go a couple hours and we would have a stop here. Go a couple hours, we'd have a stop there. Before we know it, we've traveled that great distance, and it didn't even feel like it because we broke it down into segments, and we achieved, small goals as we got there. And with trading, if we don't start small, we're going to miss the key elements. Like, take for instance class today. Look how easy it is to understand price action and how to read it when you eliminate all that window dressing. Stop thinking and looking too far ahead and just take it one tick at a time. Just simplify what you're looking at. Just small segments. And it makes it so easy. And then you can cover a lot more ground once you get comfortable doing it. I'm determined to help you guys have the best year you've ever had trading. The most productive year you've ever had. No more will you put in all the work and not see the results. This is the year to go great distances. But remember, it's got to start with small steps. No more watching others trade and wishing it was you doing it. The goal of this community is not for you to sit and watch me trade and try to, get calls on trades. It's to learn how to do it. It's to take these small steps, and by the end of the year, get these great distances. Because I know some of you have been at this for years. Some of you have been at it for months. Some of you are just getting started. But no matter where you are, your goal, I know you haven't completed your goal. So in order to get there, let's take these small steps. Let's keep building this foundation so that if a earthquake happens one day and it shakes us up, we'll fall back to that solid foundation that we can always build back up off of. And, that's what this is all about. So my year really is dedicated to helping all you guys that really want this and that are willing to do what they need to do to get it. That's my goal, is to help you guys get there. All right, so let's take a look at our trade for today. We had a nice watch list. A lot of the stocks on that watch list really took off. But you know me, my MO, I like to pick one stock, one that I feel is setting up in the pre-market, and the daily chart looks good and gives me a good opportunity. So KR, this is one of the ones that hit our watch list, and we were gapping down. And this was perfect because we were gapping down below this 200 moving average. So the first thing I'm thinking is that at the open, if this thing opens below the 200, it pushes up and it rejects and it starts to sell off, I'm getting short. I'm not waiting for the 5 minutes. This is one of those rare occasions where I've got incredible risk. I mean, I got incredible risk reward. I've got, you know, this opportunity that you just can't pass up that doesn't happen all the time. Because I've got this resistance that I can base my trade off of. If I get in and then it comes back and closes back above it, the trade is off. It's done. There's no ifs and buts about it. So I go over here and I look at, okay, we do have a little gap here, but obviously I want more. And, you know, we've got nice windows of opportunity. So I was all over this. This was my main watch. Now I know this had a little bit higher float, but I felt we could make good moves. This was a nice, solid trader. You didn't have to worry about all these big spreads and these volatile moves. So, you know, I had tunnel vision on this. So again, here's a gap down. You know, when earnings were reported and we kind of traded and we started selling off. And so we opened below the 200. Here's a 200 here from the daily. Open below the 200. We pushed up just like I thought, like I was looking for, and we started selling off. Once we got below all of this and this level, I mean, I could have shorted up here, but I felt I would be breaking a lot of rules. I would have been shorting into the VWAP, into the 9. I'd have been shorting into too much support. So I waited till we got below it, took my position, and just let it work. So here was my first cover here, and got down here. This was going to be my final target from the open. It's 23.52. I didn't quite catch it when it came down, and when we started to push back up, I went ahead and took it all off, and we didn't quite get to the 9, but we started showing some weakness and selling off. So I got in just under this level. Well, this candle printed, and I'm looking at my Thinkorswim chart, and bam, the icon for conference call came on. So I'm not one to hold through conference calls. I like to wait 5 or 10 minutes after the call has been on to get an idea of where we're going to go. So I just took it off, you know, for a couple of cents, and was going to wait to see what direction I was going to get coming out of the conference call. Well, lo and behold, I started getting the feeling that we're weak and we're going to lose it. So I jumped short on a clear candle that you should not get in on. But, you know, I was all jacked up, ready to go, and ended up getting stopped out. Now, this is what the same thing that I dealt with yesterday. But the thing about today is I recognized it as soon as it happened and was able to, you know, corral this in, wait for the proper test and rejection, get back in, and take my moves, my profit, my moves down. And here, you know, I took profit here, and we couldn't quite get through here. The next level was around 22.55. That's what I was looking for. But we didn't get down there, ended up getting stopped out. And here we ran up to the VWAP. Once we got below the 9 and the 20, I just got back in, saying that I'm just going to hold this to the end of the day. Kind of use VWAP as my guide here. But we did not get the fade. Never got the fade. You can see we just kind of traded sideways. Then toward the end of the day, we started losing it. I took some off here, but then I was waiting to see if we would get that dump in the last 5 minutes down to that 22.55 level, but we didn't get it. So that was that. I still think I did maximize my potential today. Not any wasted trades. Really only one wasted trade, and that's right here. Everything else was on point. So really cleaned it up and was really happy about today. So this one, wasn't, even though I traded all day, it didn't seem like a whole day's work. And it was really, a nice, pleasant day for a change. So we pulled $800.77 out of this. So not bad at all. But there were other stocks that we had on our watch that hit our scan that, one thing I like about this is that not all of the members are going to follow me. They've learned what I look for. They know the stocks that we have on watch make good moves. And they've adapted and really made this their own. And every day they're making some good moves. This was a real nice move here. But we had ESRX that was on our scan. I dismissed this because the catalyst was a buyout. But evidently there's something else behind this, because this thing just sold all the way back off. And I couldn't find any news on it, so I really didn't know what to go about this. Didn't really know. But nice 5-minute opening range breakdown right here from 83, 84 all the way down to almost 80, 81 and a half. Nice, couple points here. And then you wait for the pullback and the rejection here near lunch, going into lunch, and you get back short and you hold it and let it work itself down the rest of the day. I would have expected it to hit the 200 right here, but it didn't quite make it down that far. But still a nice trade, and a lot of members made some good money on this. YY was another one we had on watch, and look at the huge move on this. Okay, 5-minute opening range breakdown. We would have got it here. Might have got stopped out and had to get back in on this rejection. But look at here. If we'd have waited and got in up here around 130, look at the huge move. This is over 10 points. This was the home run trade today. The home run trade. But I didn't pick it. I did trade this the other day, and made some good money on it, but I didn't get it today. But there were some members that really banked on this using the same strategy. Real simple. There's not a whole lot of moving parts. It's real simple. If you stick to your plan and you're disciplined enough to just stick to the plan, it works. You can make money off of it. Does it work every day, day in and day out? No, nothing does. But if you manage your risk on the days that it works, you can bank. So I was really proud of the guys in the room today. And the day ended with some frustration though, because I had these earnings plays lined up, and here I let everybody know, right when I got back from picking my son up, I let everybody know these are the two earnings that I'm looking for. And I like to be in and catch this big drop, sell through this, and then I'm done. That's what I like to do. I find stocks that I know have a 70-80% chance of selling off once earnings are announced. You know, there's some stuff I go through and what I look for to qualify these stocks, and these were two. And these were clean today. Yesterday, the stock we traded yesterday wasn't 100% clean, but it still did what I wanted it to do. It just didn't give a clean move. So you're going to have to deal with that as well. But the two today gave as clean a move as you ever want to see. I couldn't take these because the audio on Benzinga was off. I don't know what happened to it, but it didn't come back until maybe 4:15 or so. And without the audio, I can't trade. You know, without that, knowing exactly when earnings are going to be announced, I can't get in this. You know, I don't want to be in this too early. So there are things I need to know, and that it just didn't happen. So MRVL, this was a beautiful, you know, almost 2-point drop. And FNSR was the other one. You know, another one, almost 2 points. Yeah, these set up for secondary trades, but because I couldn't hear all of everything I needed to hear that was reported, I couldn't really trade it. I couldn't make any decisions on these. So, you know, that's the frustrating end to the day. You know, we could have had another good, solid day. You know, catching one of these. Either one would have been perfect. All right, but that's it for me today. That's gonna wrap it up. Tomorrow, I doubt if I'll be able to do a end of week recap until I get back, unless I finish early enough tomorrow and I can do it before I leave. But I'll be out of town and, you know, won't have the equipment to be able to, you know, put the recap together. So if I don't do it before I leave tomorrow, which it'll have to be early, then I'll have to do it on Monday. But I will tweet out, I guess, a snapshot of the calendar so you can, you know, see where it is. But we'll be playing that by ear. But tomorrow I will be, you know, I'll only be in a half a day. But that's probably all we're going to get, you know, if we get that. You know, just a half a day's worth of trade. So I'll keep you guys, you know, informed in chat as to how things go. You know how the market is. We just have to play it by ear. So you guys have a great evening, a great night, and I will see you first thing in the morning.